Well, the nightmare of this war has impacted so many people all around the world, including Americans. There's proof of that again tonight. Jesse and Jacob Bachman of Orange County, California, they traveled to Kyiv for the birth of their daughter late last month through a Ukrainian surrogate. The pictures show how things were and should have stayed. Loving parents, comforting and welcoming their little girl Vivian at a Kyiv hospital. Then, only 2 days after Vivian's birth, Jesse woke up to the sounds of shelling. The war had begun. Ukraine rallied to save itself. The couple began its dangerous rally to get Vivian out of the hospital and out of a country suddenly under attack. Take a look at their view as a driver who only spoke Russian tried to get them out of the city, destined for the temporary U.S. embassy here in Lviv. But massive gridlock turned into a 6-hour ride into 27 hours. And only when they were on the road did they learn that the embassy in Lviv was actually closed. So they headed for Poland. On their baby's first car ride, massive combat vehicles rolled past them, powerful symbols of military might sharing the road with the tiny newborn infant. When the family got within about 8 miles of the Polish border, they still had no idea how much longer, tougher, and riskier the final leg would suddenly become. Jacob and Jesse Bachman join me tonight from California, along with Vivian. It is so great to meet both of you. First of all, congratulations. How are both of you and your newborn daughter doing?
We're doing well, thank you.
Yeah.
Here she is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so beautiful. Are you all sleeping?
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you getting any sleep?
Oh, a little. We're still jet lagged, so we're trying though.
Yeah, last night was probably the first night we've gotten really any substantial sleep in the past week, for newborn reasons and trying to escape the country. But yeah, yeah.
So Jacob, can you just take us through how you ended up getting to the Polish border? Because I mean, what happened when you realized you had to get to the border? I understand at some point the cars were so backed up. I mean, the line of cars to the Polish border goes on for miles and miles and miles. You had to get out and walk.
Yes, yes. We were constantly kind of keeping up with our progress. After sleeping in the car overnight, we felt like about 20 kilometers of the border. After 3 or 4 hours in the car, we found out that we had moved just very little. And so at that point, we decided that it was going to be the warmest part of the day. And the only opportunity to make it to the border before nightfall would be to get out and walk. Our biggest concerns with our daughter being 4 days old was hypothermia. It was really cold. But we felt like if we didn't act then we wouldn't know how much longer it would be until we would make it across.
And I mean, Jesse, this is something we've seen, a lot of moms having to do, just making that walk. It's been terrible for a lot of people, but with a newborn just 4 days old, it's really extraordinary. What was it like to have her with you walking through 30-degree weather?
Well, when we first got out of the car, I was worried that Jacob and I had made the wrong decision. It was pretty windy outside, and I'm sure the windshield was even colder than 30 degrees. But we constantly stopped to make sure the baby was warm enough and that she was breathing. As the walk went on, I realized that we had made the right decision. We just walked through miles and miles of cars that weren't moving at all. And so I knew at that point that our walk to the border was the best decision we made. The crazy thing is we walked 8 miles with a newborn, which I think is far. But what's even worse is what people are doing now. They're walking so much farther than that in order to get to the border. So
yeah, I mean, some families we talked to have, spent days out there trying to, sleeping in schoolhouses along the side of the road. Once you make it, Jacob, we've got a video you took of what it looked like when you finally made it to the border. What happened then?
Yeah. Once we got to the border, we were optimistic that things were gonna get better, that we would hopefully find some organized way to exit the country, and we found just the opposite. What we found was just thousands and thousands of people all kind of packed on top of one another, trying to exit the country. we were fortunate that we had a 4-day-old infant, and that women and children were kind of given a preferential spot in line. So that enabled us to bypass thousands of people, but we still, after 3 hours of waiting, had still made very little progress. That's when the crowd kind of took it upon themselves they asked Jessie how old our baby was, and then I kind of pushed her kind of to the front of the line, enabling them to get across.
Hmm.
It was
Jesse,
unfortunately for me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I tried to cross with them, but because I was a male, the crowd wouldn't allow me to cross, and so we ended up crossing separately. Me several hours later, but and only with the help of the State Department was I actually able to cross because of the limitations of allowing men from leaving the country at the time.
So what is it like? I mean, I mean, you know, the birth of a child is such an extraordinary experience that to have a story like this that you will tell for the rest of your lives to your daughter about her amazing journey. I mentioned, Jessie, that you were in Ukraine. Your daughter was born with the help of a surrogate. Have you been able to contact the surrogate? Do you know how she's doing?
Well, our eldest daughter was born via surrogate in 2019, so we've actually been in contact with both our surrogate mothers. I've reached out to both of them, and they're both experiencing some heavy fighting in their areas. They live in different parts of Ukraine. I reached out to our surrogate today, and I kind of worried about her because I haven't heard back from her, and we've been corresponding the entire time up until today. So, but as of yesterday, she was back in her hometown with her daughters.
Well, I mean, surrogates are an extraordinary. It takes an extraordinary person to be a surrogate. I've been blessed to be able to have kids with surrogates as well, and it's an extraordinary blessing. And they're really remarkable people. I hope they are well. It's certainly a difficult time here. Jessie and Jacob Bachman, I really appreciate your time tonight. I'm so glad you are home with your beautiful Vivian, and I wish you the best.
Thank you, Anderson.